You say serendipity a little bit more than usual.
Yes.
True belief in that?
I have true belief. I have true belief in if you work hard, opportunities will come your way, which otherwise would not have.
What have been the most serendipitous events that you can remember, if you were to name just two?
Just two.
The US Embassy, I'm guessing, is one.
Yes, so that's one. I'll try the second one. I think the second one is, actually I'll say two more. One is possibly how I met Anuj. Most people don't know Anuj. Anuj and I started OYO together. So before OYO, I was running Oravel for 6 months, and then I flipped to OYO. He joined me in Oravel, and then we together pivoted to make it OYO.
He's still with you?
He's still with me. So at that, when I was running Oravel, it was me and one intern. Both of us used to run the company. Sahil was the intern. Sahil, of course, had told me when he was interviewing that after 2 to 3 years, once he makes enough money, he will set up a restaurant and he'll leave me. So true to the fact, 3 years later, he left and now runs fantastic couple of restaurants in Bombay. So Anuj calls. Wherever he figures about Oracle, he calls the call center. Sahil picks up. He thinks it's a big company. So Anuj says, can you connect me to the chairman's office? Sahil says, मुझे chairman कौन है नहीं पता, पर रितेश एक है मेरे बगल में बैठा है, शायद ये बता सकता है आपको. So he hands over the phone. All of us have gone through these stories, right?
Oh, we have.
So I get the phone and I'm telling Sahil on the side कि कोई chairman बुला रहा है. तो बुला लेने दो. मतलब
अच्छा तो लगे.
अच्छा लग रहा है कि मतलब हम भी chairman बन सकते हैं. But anyway,
बन गए.
Right? And Anuj speaks, and he's opposite of me, right? Like he went to ITBHU, built his business during school, sold it, went to UIUC for some internship, but then had come and joined a consulting company and was hating it. So he wanted to leave it and build something. So we speak for 50 minutes and he said, I have explored Airbnb in the US. This is my view. So I made as much copious notes as I could. And at the end, I said that, it's been great talking to you, but I can't afford you. But I learned so much. The day I can afford you, we'll chat again. Then he says, but I'm happy to meet you. Ek baar mil to lete hain. I said, if you want to meet after hearing what you've heard, be my guest, please come. So he came. Again, we spent an hour. I learned more. At the end, I again said, बहुत अच्छा लगा, but can't afford you. So he said, there is this thing called ESOP. I don't need salary. I'm willing to offer no salary. I'll in fact put some money if required. But you give me ESOPs. So I said, this is a great thing. Without salary, you will work. So I said, perfect, done, ESOPs. So he said, I want whatever, I think, I don't remember, 3.5 or 4% ESOP. I said, perfect, done, कोई problem ही नहीं है. कोई salary नहीं ले रहा है. इतना पढ़ा लिखा इंसान काम करने साथ आ रहा है. So that was my concept of learning of ESOP in the first time.
Like depreciation.
हाँ, कि मतलब ये है क्या बोलकर.
Well put.
Like depreciation of yours, correct. So I thought this is fantastic. Later I recognized that, this is probably one of the best decisions he made. But for me, it was because for the first time I saw what working with somebody who understood process, who understood systems, who could document, what did that look like? Because before that I only worked with interns. I didn't have appreciation of anybody else outside of that. The second is Bejul, right? Like I was during the TL fellowship in the US. Bejul was also in the US because Lightspeed has their main office in the US. I met him, and at the end of it, we said that it's been great meeting each other. We'll reconnect sometime. They kept doing the work in India. We had one OYO hotel then. We then opened another. So they visited those hotels. They visited other hotels. They met the property owner. Then one day called us saying that we want to try and do something with you. I think Bejul also, other than TL Fellowship, Peter Thiel, Bejul changed my life. I think he was, the other person who I tried to emulate a lot is, Bejul. I think he has a sense of calm.
He liked this.
I think so. And I think he's genuinely, like feedbacks, for example, communication. I'll give you an interesting example of an uncomfortable conversation. I brought it up, right? So we had a call center, like most companies. And I used to be the call center person who would pick up calls. Customer call, I make the booking. And I used to love it because you speak to customer directly. Such an amazing job, right? So even after they invested, I kept doing that job. So he would invite me every month for a lunch. I'd go to that lunch, so he feed me very well. At the end, he says, "So Ritesh, I hear you're loving your call center job." I says, "Great. I listen to customers and so on." So he says in his like at the end that, "So that's great. We found the call center head of OYO. We should now start finding the CEO. Should we start a process?" I said, "Look, I get it. I get it that what I'm doing is not my job and we will recruit someone. But I think ability to say something in such a nice, kind way that at that room you feel like, it's a objective feedback, but when you walk out, you feel that that was a pretty intense feedback is something I've learned from him, I guess."